what is unmovable. It gives me the ability to tap into what is timeless. It gives me the ability to tap into the one thing that has consistency. It has clarity. My God. The anchor gives me the ability to, at any given point on my journey, to be in contact with the foundation. At any point in my journey, I can find a way to stand fast and secure. You see, without an anchor, you in essence become one with the water. If the water moves, you must move. If the tides and the currents shift, you must move with the tides and the currents. The same unseen currents and tides that move the water will move you in the same manner and in the same directions. I believe many times, though, we make the mistake. Sometimes we become so afraid of being swept away by this world. We become so afraid that we get out of the water completely. I don't believe that we ought to have our ship dry docked. I don't believe we should be so afraid of the world that we get out of the water and we dry dock our ship. And so many people are concerned about being of the world that they're afraid to be in the world. But as long as I have an anchor, I can get close enough to change my world without getting so close that the world begins to change me. It is my anchor that gives me the ability to say I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world. I'm surrounded by this world. I'm afloat in this world. I'm touching the world at all times, every day of my life, but I'm not subjected to the laws and the whims of the tides of this world like everything else in the water is. Yes, I'm in the water, but I have an anchor that holds. Yes, I'm in the water, but I'm not at the mercy of the tide. The anchor exists for our own safety. It exists for our own security. Hear me when I say that not everything that holds you back is holding you down. Because without an anchor, you find yourself perpetually drifting. You don't have, it doesn't matter how well-intentioned you are, without an anchor, you don't have the ability to hold still. You will drift, whether you intend to drift or not. But it is that anchor for my soul that keeps me from being gradually carried away by the currents and tides of my life. And it also keeps me from being swept away by one of the storms in our life that we all have to go through. Hear me when I say, whether you're in a storm or whether you're in the calm, you need an anchor for your soul. I believe I also must say, though, when I have an anchor, it's important that I make sure that I'm anchored to the right things. Because as a child of God, I'm not ultimately anchored to any man-made philosophy or man-made viewpoint. I'm not ultimately anchored to any social agenda. I'm not ultimately anchored to any political platform or agenda or organization. As a child of God, I'm not ultimately anchored to my ethnicity or my culture or my nationality or my traditions. But as a child of God, I am anchored to the rock. As a child of God, I am anchored to the absolutes and the principles of the Word of God. I am anchored to the gospel of Jesus Christ. I am anchored to the hope that comes from the strong consolation that God cannot lie and His Word is true. I am anchored to the blood. There are some circles that say we shouldn't talk about the blood anymore. There are some circles that say the blood is too antiquated, it's too outdated for this postmodern age. But as a child of God, I'm so thankful that I'm anchored to Calvary. As a child of God, I'm so anchored that my hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly lean on Jesus' name. It's on Christ, the solid rock I stand, and all of the ground is sinking sand. My God, I've got to hurry. But the older I get, the more I realize that I need some absolutes